What is your favorite part of the day?
Lunchtime.
What is something you learned last week?
First week of school is tiring.
If you could gain any skill or talent, what would it be?
Teleportation.
What is your favorite unit to teach in statistics?
Statistics. Inferences.
What is your fondest memory from high school?
Performing the musical.
What is your favorite subject in high school?
History.
If you could teach any other subject, what would it be?
History.
If you had to get a tattoo, what would it be and why?
My calf probably. It's just a good place to have it for me. It's not too overly exposed, and it's not, you can't see it either. So probably some sort of like cooler symbol, probably. Not words, probably.
What's the best or worst gift you've ever received?
Best gift probably a grill. It's a kettle grill that my wife gave me a few years ago. Although I never used it to this date, but it was nice. Worst gift? I think one year I got a gift that was like 2 rolls of paper towels. I mean, it's very useful, but it wasn't like a gift.
If you were not a teacher, what would you be?
Well, I tried to be a pilot, so probably that.
What did you want to be in high school?
I wasn't sure, but probably a teacher.
What is the best dish you can cook?
People say my steak is pretty good.
What is your proudest moment as a teacher?
When students come back and tell me that they still remember what they learned in class a few years back.
What chore do you absolutely hate doing?
Washing dishes, probably.
What are your biggest pet peeves?
I don't like people leaving without permission.
What is the first job you ever had?
My first job I ever had was a research job in college.
If you could witness one event from history, what would it be and why?
Probably when we landed on the moon.
If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility or teleportation.
What is the most interesting rumor you've heard about yourself?
I don't know. I know Kung Fu.
What would you do as the President of the United States?
Go play basketball with Steph Curry.
Android or iPhone and why?
I like Android because I have an Android. So love what you choose, right?
Where is the favorite place you have visited on a trip?
I enjoy Switzerland when I went 20 years ago. The reason is at that time I didn't have a lot of experience with snow. That was the first time I had a lot of snow.
Who is your biggest inspiration?
Probably Michael Jordan.
What's the strangest name a student has called you?
Professor Kuo.
What would you do with $10 million?
Oh, buy a house, buy a car, buy, I don't know, some stocks.
What would be the title of the movie about yourself?
The status quo.
What is your favorite song right now?
I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston.
What is the first thing you do after work?
Take a nap.
What is something you wish you knew as a 16-year-old?
You're only young once. Should do what you want to do. And whatever comes after doesn't really matter.
What does your perfect day look like?
Perfect day. Wake up in a good time, have a good coffee, go to work, and students behave nicely, and we have a good time. We have a lot of jokes, and we have a lot of learning, and get off work still energetic, and go home, enjoy a movie and good dinner, watch another movie, and good night's sleep.
What was the last book you read?
Last book I read, Ender's Game.
If there was one question you could ask about the future, what would it be?
Will I have kids?
What is your guilty pleasure?
I have to eat a lot. I feel like sometimes I eat too much.
If you could learn another language, what would it be?
Or Spanish?
What are you most looking forward to in the next 10 years?
I have a nice career.
What is one thing you want to do before you die?
Maybe I can see my grandchildren.
What is one thing you would bring to survive on a deserted island?
Water.
What is something you can't do, but you wish you could?
I wish I could dunk. Couldn't dunk.
What product would you stockpile if you found out it wasn't going to be sold anymore?
Toilet paper.
What was the last thing you purchased?
Last thing I purchased. Oh, a drying rack for my plates.
What is the most embarrassing moment you've ever had?
Embarrassing moment? Oh, I remember this. So what was it? When I was in elementary school, somebody put my chair upside down, and then I thought it was this one girl, so I punched that girl, and it turns out it wasn't her. And she was crying very hard, and she was blaming me the entire time. It was terrible. I still remember to this day. This was 25 years ago. Still remember it to this day. Pretty embarrassing.
Would you rather fight 10 duck-sized horses or one horse-sized duck?
10 dog-sized horses.
If you could change your name, what would you change it to?
Some Japanese name probably, like kanji or something like that, Kenji, some names like that. They always when I watch the animes, they always have those names, and when they say it, it sounds cool. But I don't know.
Are you a morning person or a night person?
I used to think that I was a night person, but it turns out I'm actually a morning person.
Do you believe aliens exist?
Yes.
What is your favorite holiday?
Holiday New Year's Eve, because we always eat a lot.
What's your favorite sports team?
Sports team? Well, right now let's go with the Niners, because they're playing well and they're doing well. I used to not think about local teams, but recently I've been more into local teams. So we'll go with Niners.
If there was one thing you could improve at Monte Vista, what would it be?
Oh, Monte Vista is the perfect school. what else to improve on? I don't know. Probably everyone should get an iPad, probably. The teachers, I mean. Teachers should get iPads. Other than that, everything's good.
What is the most valuable lesson you've learned in your life?
Valuable lesson? Always look forward, never look backwards. Always look forward, never look backwards.
What is something your students taught you?
If you believe you can do it, you can do it.